The principles of Zen design have reached far and wide into all corners of the architectural world, including tiny house design. Today we've travelled to Byron Bay to meet a wonderful couple who have constructed a beautiful Zen-inspired tiny house on wheels. G'day Kester.
G'day Bryce, good to meet you.
Good to meet you, mate. Hey Nadia, lovely to
Bryce.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What an amazing looking tiny house you've got here, and what an incredible spot. You've found an amazing little nook for it here in this backyard, haven't you?
Yeah, we're lucky to have the two-storey house in front, so it keeps it pretty private.
So we kind of designed the house around this exact location. We knew where the trees were going to be, so where to put the windows, so the whole house is designed around this exact spot.
So what was your motivation for building a tiny house?
Well, we'd actually been living in the big house downstairs with our friends for about 7 years, and they've got 3 kids. So the kids were getting bigger and bigger, and we knew that at some point we couldn't share a bedroom with them. So we wanted to all keep living together, and it's a bit of a challenge in the Byron Shire to find a place to live, so we thought it was kind of the perfect solution to build a tiny in the backyard.
One of the things I feel most of all, living in the space, is grateful for the fact that our friends let us put our tiny house here in such a beautiful location. That's the main thing I feel, is just incredibly grateful that we're able to live in our own space and be surrounded by lovely people, you know, our chosen family, if you like.
Yeah, particularly being able to park straight between established trees and looking out at this beautiful view just feels like home, and you just feel really grateful every day for the beautiful space and the incredible location that it's in with our beautiful friends and family.
Now this tiny house, it's a little bit bigger than normal, isn't it? What are the dimensions of the home?
It's actually 3 metres wide internally, but then we've got little eaves on the house, so it's actually 3.5 metres wide technically, and it's 7 metres long with an extra 50 centimetres on the trailer tongue for the window box. So I think 34 square metres including the loft.
Actually having this wraparound deck is an amazing addition to the house as well. It adds so much livable space, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's incredibly functional, and you know, we've had maybe 12 to 15 people in this house. Like, there've been a couple of occasions. Yeah, more regularly than we thought, and it works so well. Having the little deck outside, and even having it around this sort of northwest corner here is incredible. It means that cups of tea in winter time, and you know, lots of little spaces for people to kind of come and hang out. And
we designed it so that it's completely modular and can be taken apart in a day and put back together in 2 days and popped on the back of a tow truck, basically. So I can move it with the house.
So when you were actually designing this tiny house, what was the inspiration that went into the aesthetic of it?
Well, we were kind of inspired by a combination of Japanese design and Swedish or Nordic design. So we loved looking at all the Swedish lake houses, and then we were kind of inspired by the clean, minimalistic lines of Japanese design. So a bit of a combo.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Along with the coziness of the Scandinavian.
The coziness of the Scando, yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell me about some of the materials that went into the construction of this?
It's basically a simple timber frame design, and when it came to cladding, I think we wanted to use, you were looking at urban lime, were you not?
Yeah, we really loved the look of old silvery wood. So we wanted to try and emulate that as best we could.
But we couldn't really afford it, and so we went with a pretty eco-friendly option, which is, this stuff's WeatherTex. It's an Australian company, and they do sheets
made out of waste Australian hardwood.
Yeah.
But then we wanted some contrasting cladding, so we got some beautiful cedar, and we did the show Sugiban on the cedar. Kester got to buy himself an epic flame-throwing torch and have some fun, so that was cool. So that's on the window box and the extruded window out the front. Yeah.
And of course you've got that very iconic blue door as well.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. Just to give the little homage to the Scando look.
We originally painted it yellow, and it was just felt a little bit too urban. So we were trying out all these different colours, and our friend looked at the sky and he said, maybe it has to be sky blue to frame in with the sky. So that's what we went with. But we love it.
Well, the exterior looks great. I cannot wait to see what you've done inside. Can we have a look?
Come on in.
Thank you. Wow, this is super spacious.
Yeah,
It's big, right? It's like the TARDIS. We couldn't believe how spacious it was when we finished it.
You can definitely see the combination of Scandinavian and Japanese design in this, and it's such a great blend, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, we really, really love it. We love the nice black frames of the windows, which feels a little bit Japanesey, and the kind of kaidan dansu type stair, but then the coziness of the sheepskins and the outlook, that's very Scandinavian of the lake houses. So yeah, we think we did quite well.
And especially because the design is also so open, it just feels like it has a really nice flow through the home.
Yeah, we kind of maxed out on the windows. I originally had even more windows in the design. My dad's an architect and he had a look at the plans, and that's kind of the one suggestion he had was to scale back the windows, but he did suggest this huge 2.5 by 2.4 door, so the builder said we couldn't really have gone any bigger with that. But yeah, we love all the light and the space.
And one of the things that you're immediately greeted with in the house is this incredible plant box up here. What a lovely feature.
Thank you. Yeah, we hadn't really seen that done elsewhere. Again, my dad, in all of the houses he designed for us as I was growing up, we always had a planter box and the stairwell, so that's kind of like a little ode to him. Yeah, but we love it. It's really nice. It creates a little privacy screen. It's lovely having the green inside and feels really alive and sort of blends in with the outdoor garden really nicely.
And of course, here we are now in your living room. And look at that window box. What a great addition.
Yeah, it's pretty special, isn't it? Just gives that extra little bit of space, and it's the perfect little nook to sit in on a rainy day with a book. It's excellent.
So what do you do for watching a movie in here?
Well, ta-da!
Brilliant.
Projector on the coffee table and off you go.
Yeah, it's like a tiny house cinema. It's super cozy, and you can have 4 people lying down watching a movie, which is pretty special in a tiny house. So yeah, well, that's one of our favourite features.
And then it looks like you've also actually built a whole lot of storage into this space as well.
Absolutely. We've got storage everywhere, probably more than we need. So we have all of our puppy gear in here because we've got 2 dogs, which is one of the reasons why we went a little bit wider on the house. We've got like spices and stuff in here. This is Kester's man shed. He's got all of his tools.
It's a very tidy man shed.
It's a very tidy man shed, isn't it?
Not so manly.
And we've got a shoe drawer in here, which I'm quite proud of. This was my one little bit of woodworking. I made the little shelves for all our shoes.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's quite a lot of space for, you know, a tiny house and shoes.
That's really nicely done.
But we also have 900 depth underneath the window box, so you can just lift these up. And it's super deep storage under there as well. So we are not wanting for storage, it's brilliant.
This is my favourite drawer, this one here. A nice long deep drawer, everything there, don't have to go digging to find anything.
The Dubalaki drawer, we call it.
The household drawer.
Nice, the lucky drawer.
Then this is our bag drawer, because you have to have somewhere to put your bag when you come home from work. And this is our other favourite one, this is our electrical box, so that's where we have all our electrical cords and computer stuff.
I just love how you've itemized all of those things, because being able to really just tuck everything away and know where things are in a space is part of the space actually working for you and you being able to actually live in it, right?
I think to live in a small space, you've got to maybe have a bit of a predilection for being organised and being able to live in, have things, you know, organised, very well organised.
Well, it certainly helps, there's no question about that. I think nobody wants to be a tiny house hoarder. It's not going to be fun for anyone.
Doesn't work so well.
No. And then behind us here we have your beautiful kitchen, and all of this cabinetry is just so well done, isn't it?
Luckily, the people we ended up going with, they had a guy who'd worked a lot with caravans, and so he was fantastic. He managed to do a really lovely job, all the finishes, really the way we wanted it. And he managed to source a very lightweight ply as well for all the carcasses, for all the cabinetry, and I think that's probably saved us an enormous amount of weight.
Yeah.
And then tell me about the design of the kitchen.
We love to cook, and we often cook together, but we like space when we cook or we get grumpy. So we wanted a galley kitchen, and we wanted quite a lot of countertop space for preparation. Kester was really enthusiastic about having as much wood in here as possible, so we're so glad we went with the Tassie oak bench top. It's really beautiful. and really nice to work with and work on. And we have a lot of things in jars, the same. We wanted that accessible because it's kind of inspiring to see your food in front of you, to get excited about what you're going to cook. So we wanted the open shelving, the full stove, the full oven, because we haven't had an oven for 7 years in our other house. So we were quite excited about being able to bake again. And we wanted everything in drawers, so we kind of maxed out on the drawers, and we've got quite a cool pull-out pantry as well, which you can leave open, and then that kind of becomes part of the space. You don't have to keep shutting it, so that works really well. But my absolute favourite part of the kitchen is ridiculous. It's this little cupboard here, which is the dog food cupboard. You know, you never have anywhere to put your dog food, so we designed the cupboard specifically around all of the dog stuff. It's really cute.
One of my favourite bits about the kitchen is this big window, a big gas lift window that opens right up. Some of our friends have likened our tiny house to a food truck because of it, and it's fantastic. You can open it right up and you feel like you're standing at the sink and washing up outdoors, so yeah, it's great.
And it means people can be standing outside the tiny house and have drinks passed to them right from the kitchen.
Absolutely. We almost went as far as putting like a little fold down bar outside the window, but maybe that can be stage 2.
Great idea. And is this the bathroom through here?
Yes, this is it. We wanted a few things with the bathroom. We didn't want it to be very different from the house. We wanted to keep the floor exactly the same, so there was a sense of continuing space. We wanted the shower to kind of blend in with the walls for the same reason, so it's a pretty clean, simple bathroom. And we wanted an outside door because we have an outdoor shower, and it's just brilliant. We use it all the time. And the other thing was we often wash the dogs in the shower, so we wanted to be able to just let them straight outside rather than running wet through the house. So we've got a separate composting toilet, which is just brilliant, like no odour whatsoever. And we really, really love it. And just some simple shelving that we kept open in the end. We didn't go with cabinets because we just wanted everything to be accessible.
And I really like how you've tucked the basin in the corner of the shower there as well.
Yeah, we realised without being able to, obviously by having the door here, we had to give up having a vanity here, so we just went with a little wet room. So we just have the duck board that we take out when I have a shower. Kester always showers outside, so this is my shower. We just thought we'd just pop a little sink in the corner, and then people can wash their hands, and it works really, really well. It's brilliant.
And I have to say that I'm totally with you on that one, Kester, because if I've got an outdoor shower, there is no way I'm using the one inside the house.
Not a chance, not a chance. Not when you can shower under the stars.
Exactly. And then you've got a sleeping loft in this home too, don't you?
We do.
Should we have a look?
Come up the stairs. So we've designed it, once you get to the top, you go straight onto your knees.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting this. It's like you've got your own little Zen garden up here.
Yep, totally. It's so beautiful. And we went with a slightly bigger loft so that it really felt like a bedroom, and we had space on both sides. And that's big enough over there that you can do yoga over there, and Kester can sit and do meditation, so it really feels like an entire other space.
Yeah, absolutely. It's especially having the plants, I think you get this lovely filtered light. It provides a really lovely screen so that you can have one person up here. I'll often sit up here and read a book, and I wouldn't even know there was someone else downstairs.
One thing which is very unusual about this design is you have no lights in the ceiling.
Yeah, we decided to go without lights in the ceiling. Mainly we wanted to keep the lighting quite low at night, and we actually have a LED strip in the planter box as well that you turn on, and it lights through the plants, so you get kind of a dappled plant light on the roof, which is really, really lovely.
Beautiful. What a great little design feature. So how long have you actually been living in the home now?
We've been here for probably 1 year and 3 months, I think.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
And how are you finding life in the tiny house?
Perfect. To be honest, this house has far more storage than all the other houses we've lived in. The space is far more functional, and everything is right there when you need it. You haven't got very far to go.
And I think when a house is thoroughly thought through and designed around the way that you live and the way that you work as a couple, it makes such a big difference. Like, it's incredible. Everything is the way you need it to be, so you don't need anything else.
And obviously this is not a DIY build project. You have brought in tradies on this project. So what was the cost of this build?
All up, the house cost 73,000, and then the deck was another 5,000, about another 5,000 on top of that Australian.
And I mean, for a house of this quality and finish, that is a remarkable price, isn't it?
Yeah, we budgeted less, of course, but we're really, really happy with the outcome. It is more amazing than we could have imagined, so we were really happy with all the work that was done.
It was an incredibly rewarding process for us and something that we didn't know we could do, but now we've done it. Looking back, I think anyone can do it.
This house is just such a treasure. I love how practical it is. I love all of the storage that's been built into it, but it's still so open and just beautiful everywhere I look. Congratulations on finishing an amazing project.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
There's a saying in Zen Buddhism that only when man knows that enough is enough will he ever truly have enough. This house has enough style, enough practicality, enough function, and most certainly enough beauty to truly make this home enough.